Tea party time!
The time has come.
Episode 3, Tea Party.
It's always nice to have these little gatherings and kind of try and make sense of all of the
Yes, it's fun being in
crap that
purgatory.
we've seen. I think so. Oh, this,
Which?
yeah, really.
ベルンカステル教の駒が乱入してくるとは。
あんたとのゲームにふさわしい駒をきっと気に入ってもらえると思うわ。
何よあの駒、誰よあいつ、何者よ。名乗らないなんてずるいわよ。ねえ、あんたもそう思うでしょ。
わらわは大体察しはついておるが、というか普通わかるであろう。
普通？わかんないわよ。初登場のキャラでしょ。名乗らなかったら私もプレイヤーもみんなわかんないわよね。
ベアト、教えてあげなくていいわよ。ね、面白い子でしょ。
うん。ラムダデルタ教の天真爛漫にして天然なところは実
何よ何よ、なんで私にだけ教えてくれないのよ。意地よ。じゃあ私だけが気づいたとっておきの秘密を特別に教えてあげるわ。
Tell me.
だから教えなさいよ。
ほう。
Oh, yes, I've been waiting for that to come back.
とっておきの秘密だ。
Oh,
聞きたいぞ聞きたいぞ。
Oh.
べーだ。教えてほしかったら先にあの女の正体を教えるのよ。私の知った秘密はすごいわよ。何しろサンタさんの正体が実はお父さんだったってくらいすごいんだから。あら言っちゃった。ごめんなさいね。天地がひっくり返るくらいびっくりしちゃったでしょ。
ラムダのとこにはお父さんが来てたの？
来てたのってどういう意味よ。
サンタクロース教は心の綺麗な子供のところへしか
Lord
訪れない
Santa
の。
Claus. What?
あんたのとこには来なかったのね。
Is Santa Claus a warlock?
まあ。
Sorry, I missed what you said. I just had to get the door for my roommate. What do you say?
Oh, she said Berncastel, Berncastel referred to Santa Claus as Lord Santa Claus.
Oh.
And so is Beatrice. I wonder what that's all about.
よっぽどの大悪党でもない限りプレゼントを恵んでくださるぞ。何しろわらわにもくれたくらいだからな。
成長して心がすさんでくると来なくなるのよね。ベアトのとこにはいくつか
What? Santa doesn't exist!
Spoilers. Sorry, guys.
12歳くらいまでは来ておったぞ。乙女心に目覚めると急にサンタ教が来るのがなんだか恥ずかしくなってな。
Santa
これま
Sama.
でありがとうございました。もう結構です。だから最後のプレゼントは奮発してくださいと手紙を置いたら、ちょっぴり期待したのだがな。ベルンカステル教はいつくらいまで来ていたのだ。
He never stopped.
私すさんでたし。
The only reason why he stopped was he was thrown in the furnace.
Kinzo? Kinzo is Santa Claus?
Yes.
確か9歳頃ね。
I believe it.
なんかあのヒゲが無性にムカついてちょん切ってやろうと布団の中で財布をばさに構えて待ってたの。
Oh no.
Oh, that's dark.
痛いお年頃よね。
で、ラムダデルタ教には物心ついてからサンタクロース教がおいでになった
Okay,
こと
why
が
are they
ない。
talking about Santa Claus right now?
I have no idea. It's probably symbolic of something.
普通は小学校高学年から中学校くらいまでの間までは来るもん。
ある意味お医者で見てもらった方がいいわよ。早熟すぎると心身の成長に悪影響があるらしいから。ああ、確かに出てるわね。 悪影響。
何の話をしてるのよ、あんたたち。
魔女も3人集まれば実にかしましい。
この程度のレベルの秘密じゃ聞く価値もなさそうね。私もう行ってもいい？次のゲームの準備をしなくちゃならないから。
ちょっと待ちなさいよ。あの女の正体を教えなさいよ。
じゃああなたのとっておきの秘密を先に教えなさいよ。見合うものだったら教えてあげるわ。
いいわよ、教えてあげるわ。とっておきの秘密なんだから。ほら、今回のゲームで黄金を見つけて新しい魔女になった子がいたでしょ。
うん。あやつに一体どんな秘密があるというのか。
あの子の正体にね、みんなにはわかるかしら。
What?
What does that mean?
It was
ヒントが
Ava.
ね、喋り方にあったのよ。ほら、あの子よく口にしてたでしょ。なんとかしちゃえば。
What?
Why don't you die
この
forever?
語尾がポイントだったのよ。
Oh.
エヴァ
Ava. Ava.
エヴァ
Ava.
Poor Ava.
そう、あいつの正体は後ろにやエヴァだったのよ。
Well, Sherlock, what a revelation!
Wow, you know what? Actually, I had no idea, dude. I'm gonna be honest.
I can't believe we didn't think of that.
Right?
驚いちゃったかしら。
ほう、
Oh.
それは気づかなかった。そのようなところにヒントがあったとは
They're just going along.
ベアトって付き合いがいいのね。その子増長するからほどほどになさいよ。じゃあね、私は席を外すわ。
Wait, what? Don't go.
ちょっと私の秘密だけ聞いてあんたは喋んないなんてずるいわよ。あんたもあの女の正体を話しなさいよ。
あんたの秘密がすごすぎて釣り合わないわ。じゃあ代わりに私もとっておきの秘密を教えてあげるの。日暮らしの泣く頃にってゲームは犯人の名前を教えてあ
言わないで。私今プレイしてるとこなの。
Shameless self-plug
Yeah.
by the author.
Yeah.
る。じゃあねベアト、紅茶美味しかったわ。あとお茶菓子のクラッカーだけどジャムのレパートリーが足りないわ。
Yeah, it needed more Kraus.
たまにはコチュジャンでも用意しなさい。ロシアンティーにもぴったりだし。じゃあね。
そうか、わかったぞ。試してみよう。次のゲームの準備が整ったら呼ぼうぞ。それまでゆっくり戦略でも練るがよ。
ええ、そうするわ。今回のゲームはなかなか面白かったわよ。じゃあね。
ちょっと待ちなさいよ。教えなさいよ。
Bye.
Oh, that look she gave her. That was a good one.
いやいや、本当にお二人は仲が良い。
ええ、そうよ。はあ、大好きよベルンカステル。愛してるとさえ言ってもいいわ。あの瞳をえぐり出して私以外を映さないようにしてやりたい。
Interesting.
Ha.
それは本当に素敵よね。紅茶に沈めても素敵かもしれない。
Oh.
Okay. Why is everyone so screwed up?
ラムダデルタ教をここまで夢中にさせるとは。わらわも責任重大であるな。しかし今回は実に惜しかった。あと一息でバトラーをコロリといけたものを。
ベ アと一個聞いていい？
なんであるか？あの女の名前は教えぬぞ。
We already know.
Mm-hmm.
いつまでチャラけてんのよ。あんた勝つ気あんの？
Oh shit.
Wow.
You're missing
Oh,
your
sorry,
two.
I forgot to read that.
You're missing your 2 lines you have for Tea
Sorry.
Party. You have 2 lines total.
This entire thing has been dialogue. I
Yep.
wasn't. Lambda Delta threatened her with a low voice that she had never used in front of Bern Castell. It completely blew away the calm atmosphere which had been there until a moment ago.
私はね、ベルンカステルに勝てる魔女ってことで、あんたにベルンカステルに勝てる力がないってんなら、いつだって私はあんたなんか見捨てるんだからね。
Wow.
これは手厳しい。わらわの何がご不満なのか今日もご存知の通り、ベルンカステル教には決して勝てはせん。
そうよ。あんたのゲーム版は実に見事よ。ベルンカステルが100年はおろか1000年を費やそうとも絶対に勝つことのできない実に見事な完璧なゲーム版よ。だから私はそれを借りることの引き換えにあんたを魔女にしてやったのよ。
Wait. Lambda Delta made her a witch?
Huh?
私があんたの後見人をやめればあんたはすぐに人間に逆戻り。
Okay, okay.
Okay.
So, Beato, I think I'm pretty sure this confirms my theory that Beato is one of the people on the island, one of the humans,
Yeah.
or at least maybe either one of the humans or the actual human Beatrice.
Hold on, give me 1 second.
Yeah. While we're waiting, let's take a look at the characters. Lambda Delta and Beatrice are the only 2 that are here right now.
Back.
Oh, he's back. Alright, we took a look at the characters. Now back to the dialogue.
Right.
どんなにすごい魔力を持っていてもあんたはかりそめの魔女でしかないことを決して忘れないことよ。
分かっておるわ。そなたにも
タメ口聞かないでよ。ベルンカステルがいるときは許すけどいないときは許さないわ。
Wow. This took a real turn.
あんた
did.
最近私の恩を忘れてるでしょ。
So you think that this basically confirms that Beato is someone on the island?
Yes.
Or at least an aspect of someone on the island?
Yes. I think so.
We still have our theory that she is the second half of Battler.
Yes.
But I don't know how realistic that is.
It could be the second half of Battler.
そんなことは
Yeah.
ありません。
やっぱ気持ち悪いわ。いつもの喋り方でいい。でも口の利き方には注意してよ。私案外短気よ。話を戻すわ。あんたのゲーム版は実に完璧。ベルンカステルを容易に任すことができるでしょうよ。しかしあの子は簡単に屈服しない。何度でも挑んでくるわ。
問題はない。ラムダデルタ教のお墨付きではないか。わらわのゲーム版は完璧だ。
そうよ。完璧よ。プレイヤーであるあんたも完璧。
Those eyes, man.
Yeah.
それはどういう意味か。
どういう意味？私が聞きたいくらいよ。あんたのゲームには遊びが多い。それは時にベルンカステルを煙に巻く。でもなんだか違う気がするの。
Keep cutting off dialogue lines.
あんた勝てる試合をもてあそんでるんじゃなくて勝っても負けてもどうでもいいって思ってるんじゃないの？
バカバカしい。そんなことあるわけもなかろう。
She's just trying to extend the game?
いいこと？
Hmm.
あんたの役目はベルンカステルを屈服させることよ。つまりゲームに永遠に勝者でいること。あなたが絶対の勝者であり続けようとする限り、私は絶対の魔女としてあなたでも、もしあなたが自らの敗北の可能性を否定しないような戦い方をしているなら、話は変わるわよ。
もちろんこれはゲームである。わらわが勝てばベルンカステル教が負けるように、向こうが勝てばわらわが負ける日もあるだろう。常に敗北の可能性はあり得る。だからこそわらわは、
だからあんたは使えないのよ。
Ooh.
あんた
Yo.
はゲーム版である必要なんかない。ベルンカステルを永遠にここに閉じ込める鳥かごでさえあればいい。鳥かご
Why
の
are we
役
trying
目
to
よ。
lock up Burncastle?
I am not sure.
中の小鳥を絶対に逃がさないことよ。たまに抜け出せてしまうような隙間のある鳥かごに何の価値が？
無論ゲームは勝つためのもの。そしてわらわが負けることはありえぬ。故にわらわは勝ち続けようぞ。お望み通り永遠に。
いい返事よ。それでいいわ。策略としての遊びやフェイクは許す。今回有効だったところもあるしね。でもね、もしあなたが勝ち以外を望むような指し手をしたら、その時は素敵な覚悟をなさいのね。
そのようなことはせぬ。スカウト。
もともと魔女ですらないあんたが
Ugh.
いつだって思い出させてあげるんだから。私の期待を裏切ったら、その時は
Don't you just love that
楽
face?
しい罰ゲームが待ってるわよ。
It's a face only a mother could love.
Oh no.
100億のかけら世界の中から
Oh boy.
最も惨めなかけらにあんたを送り込んで封印してあげる。
Okay.
あんたはもともとが惨めだから、惨めなかけらも実に選びがいがあるわ。
Jeez. She's
愛してるわ、ヘルンカステル。ベアトリーチェの鳥かごで好きなだけあがいて、もはや逃れられないことを1000年かけて知りなさい。そしてあなたが屈服したら、私の手のひらでしか泣けないようにたっぷりと仕込んであげるんだから。
No!
Jeez.
I am traumatized.
Just a little bit. Glass break. Okay.
Do you want to read the question marks or should I?
You
Okay, I'll read them.
the question marks.
Even though you only got 2 lines of that.
That's fine.
Okay, cool. I'll read
I
it.
don't mind.
Yeah. Sweet. So, question mark time. Let's see what's happening here. Welcome to the Tea Party of the Unknown. Where are we?
Purgatorio.
12 years later? Wait a
12
second.
years later.
October 4th, 1998.
Interesting. Are we gonna see Anji?
A monotonous electronic sound kept on repeating. The theme of that room was so-called hygienic emotionless white. It was a room of a certain university hospital. An ordinary person wouldn't be able to afford the cost of even a single night in the room. A room which neither her doctors nor herself had any doubts would be the last she ever stayed in. Was the person on the bed Ava? She looked haggard and aged, to the point that you would not believe it was her unless you were told. A well-built man in his suit, waiting in the corner near the door, was having a conversation with the outside in a low voice over the intercom. He was a guard protecting Ava's person. After telling the person on the other end of the intercom to wait, he approached Ava's bed. Ava had been awake for a while, however, she stared at a single point in an empty space as though her mind was not in the same place.
エンジェさんが下のロビーに到着しました。
Wait, we know that voice.
That sounds familiar.
That sounds like Rudolph.
I think. Does it?
I'm gonna have to... Well,
Yeah, play the line again.
it didn't show up yet.
お通ししてよろしいですか?
Sounds
It
like...
does sound...
Sounds like Rudolph mixed with Gouda.
Yeah, it sounds a little off,
Yeah.
though.
For a long time, Ava didn't answer. However, bit by bit, her eyes began to regain their focus, and she gave a small nod indicating that she didn't mind if they called Angie. Ava herself had been the one to call her, and she was right on time. Ava now refused to meet with anyone without an appointment made in advance. The reason the room was dark, even though it was still light outside, was because the curtains were closed. There was always one guard waiting in the room and 3 more waiting in the corridor in the lobby. They were all there to protect Ava's person. Eventually, there was the sound of a knock. Also, there was a message from the intercom that the guest body check had been completed with no problems. The door was unlocked and then opened, and a woman of about high school age was standing there.
会長、エンジェさんがいらっしゃいました。
Ava reacted and turned her face towards the guest. However, instead of reacting to the guard's call, maybe it would be better to say that she reacted to the smell of Angie's makeup. Having been shut up in this room for so long, Ava was sensitive to small changes in smell.
来たわね、エンジ。
Oh boy, what is happening?
It sounded like something showed up. Maybe? Oh, here we go. Yes. Something did show up. Ushirome Angie. Rudolph's and Kiria's daughter, Battler's younger half-sister. They didn't get to see Battler often, but they got on extremely well, and she greatly respected them. Since she was absent due to illness during the family conference, she always survives in solitude.
Unfortunately, she has become emotionally disturbed, always carries a huge amount of cash with her, and has the bad habit of throwing it around to make sure she never has to wait.
And I think we've already read this? Yes.
Yeah. This doesn't have anything new about her.
来たわ。呼ばれたから。
On Ava's face, you couldn't find the expression of one warmly welcoming her niece. And on Anji's face, you couldn't see the expression of one pleased to see their aunt. Ava waved her arm, which had grown as thin as a withered branch, and motioned for the guard to leave. The guard bowed silently and went out into the hall.
暗い上に空気もひどいわ。カーテンでも開けたら。
そうすると、あんたの依頼した殺し屋が窓越しに撃ってくるって寸法なのかしら。
She's like super paranoid.
Killing you directly would be easier.
あんたの
A
暗
high
殺依
school
頼
girl definitely would
私も
hire a
受けた
hitman.
いわ。
Oh, yep, killing her directly would be easier.
Yeah.
家でのんびり。ほんの一月も過ごしてれば。
Ooh,
勝手に
wow.
任務が終わるもの。
This is a very loving family relationship.
Their discussion was quite morbid for an aunt and a niece.
Yeah, you're telling
However,
us.
they didn't look like they were just joking. At the very least, Ava did believe that someone was after her life. All of the Ushirome family's massive fortune had come into the possession of Ushirome Ava. It was said that this fortune also included the 10 tons of hidden gold that Ushirome Kinzo was rumored to have kept concealed. They could do nothing while this vast wealth was in the hands of the cunning, sly, and extremely suspicious Ava, but it was rumored that if it passed on to Anji, who was no more than a young girl, certain people were plotting to snatch it away at once. By now, Ava and Anji were Kinzo's only descendants. If Ava died, all the wealth would go to Angie, and if Angie were to be killed as well, that wealth would go to the family of Angie's mother, Kyrie. In this sense, not only Ava, but Angie as well, was in a position where it wouldn't be odd at all for her life to be targeted by some unknown person. And Ava had hated Angie for a long time, because after losing her precious only son George, she had learned that the only one who had survived to inherit her own wealth was Angie, who had been absent for that family conference 12 years ago. Ava shunned Angie, hated her, and even detested her. She isolated Anji in a special school, had her separated from the youth and happiness normal people have, trying to deprive her life of all opportunity. However, Eva had succumbed to an incurable illness, and ironically, her remaining life was estimated to be the same as Kinzo's had been at the family conference 12 years ago. Both Eva and Anji hated each other. Even though they were each other's last blood relatives, they hated each other so much that they hoped the other would die quickly.
それでわざわざ呼びつけて何の用？
私はもう長くない。ヤブ医者どもは未だに私が盛られた毒が何かも分かってるの。きっと某国の諜報機関で使われてた秘密の暗殺薬なのよ。ああ、私は殺されるのよ。殺されるのよ。よかったわね。もうじき死ぬわよ。そうすればさぞやあなたの胸がすくでしょうね。
かわいそうな人。
This always happens. She immediately deviated from the main topic, distorting it into more unsettling discussion. Ava, who was always full of suspicion, believed that someone was always after her life. Indeed, after inheriting the vast wealth of the Ushiromi family, she had used wild methods just like Kinzo had done in the past and repeatedly made money by any means necessary, creating many enemies along the way. With a massive supply of capital, she had launched aggressive takeovers against businesses which were starting to have rapid growth, making them buy it back at a high price under the guise of reconciliation. Ironically, it was the same type of action that her husband's company had been hit with 12 years ago. She had repeated this constantly for the past 12 years. She had also earned a lot of hatred. If her husband had heard of this from beyond the grave, he might have defended her, saying that it was because of the loneliness from losing her family. However, no one knew her now would come to her defense. For some time, Ava waxed eloquently about how exactly her life was being targeted, listing off names of people who were likely to hold hatred for her, and staring at the fact that she still hadn't been killed. Even when Anji heard her own name included in that list, her expression did not change significantly, and she waited indifferently for Ava to tire herself out.
私はね、憎いのよ、あんたが。
光栄ね、私もよ。
ジョージのために築いた未来だ。それをあんたにかすめ取られるなんて。ルドルフの娘に奪われるなんて。私は悔しい。子も残せず財産すらも奪われるなんて。それが私には許せない。
だったら財産全部お布施にでもしちゃえば。お百度踏んでた宗教系の連中はどうしたのよ。
連中はみんな言うのよ。多すぎる財産が私の負担になっているって決まって、だから預けて清める必要があるとか言い出すのよ。それで思いついたのよ。寄付はやめたわ。
Stop donating. Wow.
For a time, Ava had invited in the founders of several strange new religious cults, perhaps looking for peace in her heart. But in the end, they did not give her heart any relief, and only further increased her suspicion.
お金が余ってるならサラブレッド買い占めてコンビーフでも作れば。
それよりもっと面白いことを思う。いろいろ悩んだわ。どうやればあなたをひどい目に遭わせられるかを殺してしまおうとも思ったわ。あるいは全ての財産を消し去り、あなたを無一文にして後宮家から叩き出してやろうかとも思ったわ。素敵でしょ。お上品に育てられたご令嬢が腐ったパンや泥水を這いつくばってあさり回るのよ。ああ、それも実に素敵だわ。
Can you imagine being this hateful and spiteful on your deathbed?
Nope.
楽しい。
What the hell?
楽しいわ。あなたを怯えさせるのはね。でももうじき私は死ぬわ。だから私が死んだ後もどうやってあなたを苦しませ続けるか考えたの。そうしたら案外単純なことだったわ。それをあなたに話したくて呼んだのよ。
そろそろ中間近いんだけど手短にね。
すべての財産を相続することにしたわ。
へえ。
それどころか私が死ぬ最後の一日までどこまでも財産を増やして膨れに膨らませてあなたに相続することにしたのよ。それがどういうことか想像がつ
わかんないわ。
I think she's gone so far, she's gone backwards.
I think maybe it's like, do you think she's saying that wealth destroyed her,
Yeah,
and so she's trying to use it to destroy Anji now?
obviously, but I think it just destroyed her because she's stupid.
Well, yeah, that's part of it.
バカだから
Oh. Angie says she's stupid too.
Oh! You heard that, right?
The
Yeah.
そうよね。わかんないでしょうね。楽しみにしてなさいよ。本当に楽しいわよ。お金持ちは。
Is that Ava or is that Beatrice?
It kind of sounds like Beatrice.
It does.
毎日日本中の妖怪が朝から晩まで遊びに来るわよ。
That doesn't sound like Ava anymore.
Well,
Maybe it is.
it
あん
might.
たの
Yeah, I'm
私
not
生
sure.
活はこれからはすべてワイドショーと週刊誌が覗き見してくれるわ。何をしてもしなくてもマスコミは必ず私を批判する。施せばブルジョワだと叩かれ、渋れば主戦度だと罵られる。ああ、本当に素敵な毎日よ。そんな日々に若くて先の長いあなたをぜひ招待してあげようと思いつい、本当に素敵でしょう。
あんたのしてきたことに対する世間の正当な評価でしょ。
そうね、そうでしょうね。いいわ。好きなだけ私を罵るといいわ。そしてその評価をあなたが背負うのよ。製品が善人、金持ちは死ねというのが日本の文化。あんたはやがて何をしてもしなくても日本中から妬みと恨みの象徴に祭り上げられていく。そんな生活の中で生きていくあなたのこれからの人生は、あんたの味方はあんたの悩みなど誰も聞かない。あなたを罵ることは公然としたスポーツになる。そしてそれを誰も止めない。ああ、エンジェああ、本当に楽しみよ。あんたはどんな人生を送ってどう終えるのかしら。世界中の誰も信用できず、誰も愛せず、誰とも語り合えない人生をたっぷりその苦労話を持って地獄へ落ちてくるのを私はのんびりと待っているわ。
Finally.
That's the old Kinzo laugh.
Yep.
Her insane laughter turned into a painful cough. Without changing her expression in the slightest, looking completely unconcerned, Anji stared at the only survivor of Rokenjima. Perhaps because he found the whole violent coughing odd, the guard flew in as he gave a short knock on the door. Anji glanced at him, wordlessly showing that she hadn't moved a step from where she had been. Anji was prepared for some kind of trap to frame her in Ava's death. However, that was fortunately a needless anxiety. As the guard rubbed Ava's back, he poured hot water from a thermos into a mug. As he did, Ava kept coughing, looking like she was in pain. Anji thought this was probably the final form of the Witch of Rokenjima and the last she would be able to see. Eventually, Ava was able to moisten her throat and regain her normal breathing. However, the glittering madness inside her eyes hadn't subsided in the slightest.
呪われた
た莫大な黄金と後ろ宮家同士の家督、そして黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェの名を、今こそ魔女の名にふさわしい狂って歪んだ生涯を楽しみなさい。
そんなのいらないわ。それより教えて、あの日六軒島で何があったの？事故があったなんて私は信じない。あの日に何があったのか、父さんと母さんと兄さんがどうして死んだのか。
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what their explanation for that was all these years later. You
I
know?
killed them all.
ああ、それが一番の嫌がらせよね。あの日に何があった？1986年の今日、なんて言葉を残して3人が死んだのか知りたいわよね。教えないわよ。呪われた黄金は残す。でもね、あんたが望む真相は私が地獄まで持っていくわ。それがあんたにできる一番の嫌がらせよ。悔しい？聞きたければ地獄まで行ってあんたの家族に聞いてみるといい。なら今すぐ死なないとね。今すぐへそでも噛んで死んじゃえば。
For Ava? Man.
That laugh continued until she started coughing again, and that cough did not subside until she started moaning and going into convulsions. October 4th, 1986, on Urkenjima, the Urshiromi's family customary and final family conference was held. And on the next day, October 5th, an extremely unfortunate accident occurred and the Ushiromi family was wiped out. At least, as good as luck would have it, Ushiromi Eva escaped from that, and succeeded in almost all of the Ushiromi's family's fortune. However, due to many of the turbulent rumors surrounding the Ushirome family, the way Eva acted afterwards, and her unnatural actions at the time of the unfortunate accident, there was public controversy over whether this might have been a plot to get all of the inheritance herself. Under pressure from the public, prosecutors attempted numerous investigations, and the media began tracing the outline of the murder plot under the name of Urkenjima Gate. Urkenjima Gate.
Oh, that's great.
But in the end, they were not able to find sufficient proof that this unfortunate accident was a crime.
Wait, hold on. When was this VN released?
2006, 2007?
Were gates a thing? I guess ever since Watergate,
Yes.
gates become a thing.
I believe so.
That's funny.
I can check to see what the original translation had it as. Let's see.
I wouldn't think that the original would say that.
It says Urkenjima's suspicion.
Okay,
And
interesting.
not Urkenjima Gate, but I like Urkenjima Gate better.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
However, because the media continued to give the impression that Urkenjima Gate was a murder plot by Eva, public opinion began to believe that she was the true culprit. Of course, all that easily condemnable, overbearing financial activity which she had carried out using that vast wealth left a bad impression that only made matters worse. Every time she did something and the rumors that started spreading, the talk shows would bring back Urkenjima Gate, blaming the justice system by saying that she was the true culprit and that the only reason she hadn't been arrested was because even the police had been bribed. And the impression that she was an evil criminal grew stronger and stronger. Her heart eventually degenerated, and ironically, it began to transfigure her into the kind of human that the public expected. By now, Eva had no one she trusted and no family. Her beloved husband, Hideyoshi, was already no more, and the talk shows would occasionally mention his company, saying that it was run recklessly while criticizing and disgracing its former accomplishments. Even her beloved son, George, was dramatized as the stereotypical rich, lazy son that the public expected, had no one even attempted to find out what a simple and honest character he had possessed. As to how much all this hurt Ava and ran her to ruin, no one was interested. The public was only interested in the idea of an evil woman who had gone so far as to kill her whole family to become a multi-millionaire, and in what kind of pitiful final years she would lead. So she changed more and more, until eventually, Ava's personality was transfigured to the point that she was treated as a lunatic. It was said that she sometimes remembered that this was exactly the same way her father Kinzo, who she had once admired, had been in his later years, and laughed at herself with scorn. And on the day of that final family conference, because Ushiromiya Rudolph's daughter Anji had been sick and stayed with her mother's family, she had not participated. At the age of 6, she lost her family and gained Ava as her guardian. Since Anji had become Ava's only blood relative, Ava took very good care of her. She had imposing guards always surrounding Anji's person to prevent her from coming to harm. Anji even had her right to play with friends, to come home from school together, and to enjoy the seasons together stolen. So that she can live a full and pleasant school life, Ava sent Anji to an elegant boarding school which took care of her every need, completely isolating her from the world. She didn't even know the popular songs that girls her age might hum. She was never once given a chance to enjoy window shopping with her friends or stuff her mouth with crepes, much less an encounter with a member of the opposite sex to make her heart throb. Anji did not have a single friend. If anyone carelessly acted friendly with Anji, they would be scolded by the guards or else the teachers. All of them were strictly ordered not to let the peasants approach the daughter of the esteemed Ushiromiya family. During that time, the talk shows were always talking about Ushiromiya Eva and always spreading rumors about her many financial evil deeds. Those who found out that she was her daughter naturally began to keep their distance. Even now she was called a witch at school, and any time anything adverse happened, it was baselessly whispered as truth that the school was operating according to her wishes and that she had something to do with it. The environment makes the person. By now she had a heart as hardened as those around her feared. She trusted no one and didn't even try. She loved no one and didn't even try. And on top of all this, when Ava caught an incurable illness, it was whispered that this too had been planned, and this time Anji was set up as the mastermind. Everyone whispered that the daughter of a witch was a witch. Even the talk shows and the weekly magazines whispered that. So Anji too, because of that, no, as though it might as well be true, accepted that. Therefore, since she already believed that she was a witch, when she heard that the name of the Golden Witch was being turned over to her, she felt nothing if not completely unfazed. However, she was at least sure of one thing. This title of witch that she had inherited would definitely never be inherited by anyone else. She would be the last head of the Ushiromiya family and the last isolated Golden Witch. Oh.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, sorry, Parsec cut out for a sec there.
Oh, you cut out?
Yeah.
Oh, you missed what happened?
Yeah.
Oh. How many lines did you miss?
Last thing it was talking about was that she would never have kids and she would be the last of the Ushiromiya head.
Oh. The last head of the Ushiromiya family and the last isolated Golden Witch?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't miss anything then.
Okay, cool.
Anji could be seen on the roof of a skyscraper. Compared to the winds of the world, which had been beaten down upon her until now, this strong, cold wind was warm and pleasant. Below her lay a beautiful nighttime scene in a dazzling river of red and white lights. It was a clear sky tonight, so there really should have been countless stars stretching out over the sky. However, the light from the ground was so bright, you couldn't see them at all. Anji couldn't help but think that what she really sought somewhere lay in that unseen starlight. The world of reality below her looked so far away from here. This place felt to her as the closest to the world she should really be in. And there was only one thing that Anji cursed. Why had I not been able to go to that family conference on the day 12 years ago? If I had gone, I probably would have been able to been with my family forever. Recently, I've been having a dream about my family over and over again. Myself of 12 years calls out frantically, urging them not to go to the family conference. But both Mom and Dad are too far away, and my hand won't reach them. I reach for the hand of Battler Nissan, who always really loved me, for the hand that would always pat my head. But even though it looks like it's so close to reaching, even that falls short. For some reason, I started having that dream over and over again. Whenever I have that dream, I repeat my useless effort inside the dream, trying to stretch out my hand even more forcefully. If only Battler Nissan at least could have lived. Then perhaps at least the two of us could have supported each other through this life in this cold and lonely reality. But his hand never reaches me. So even if I climb to the roof of a building as tall as this one, I am distantly separated from all of them. A mysterious girl appears in my dreams and urges me. That girl in my dreams urges me to arrive at the truth of what happened 12 years ago.
父さんたちにあの日何があったのかを知ることができたなら帰ってきてくれるの。せめて誰かが。
There was no way that anyone existed who could answer those words. I understand. In this world I have no family, no friends, no one. So, let's go. Let's go home. To where my family is.
Kenjima.
From the beginning, Anji's figure had been on the far side of the fence. The scenery below her eyes was distant, beautiful, and so fantastical that it did not give rise to the slightest bit of fear. I think she's going to jump off.
Yeah, I don't like where this is going.
If I face down, I'll surely be taken to the world below. So I faced up, because I wanted to be taken to the world above, the world where my family was. Who cares about vast wealth? Who cares about cursed gold? Who cares about the Golden Witch Beitorichi? What I really want isn't something that even a mountain of gold will help me obtain. What I need for that is just the small amount of courage to take a single step forward. Just then, I definitely heard a voice. I knew that voice. The voice that had always called to me in my dreams.
Baron Castell.
Before my eyes, in other words, in midair above that jet-black nighttime scenery, there was the figure of the girl I had seen in my dreams. She spoke again with the same voice I had heard inside my dreams.
あなたの助けが必要なの。私の助け？誰が？あなたの家族がよ。あなたの家族が永遠。それを救えば、私の家族は帰ってくるの？
When I asked the question I most wanted to ask, the girl cruelly stopped talking and hung her head.
それは約束できないわ。できる。黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェ、強大な相手よ。私には太刀打ちできない。でも同じ黄金の魔女ならなんとかなるかもしれない。何の話かわからないわ。1986年のベアトリーチェに太刀打ちできるのは1998年の
What?
最後のベアトリーチェだけ。つまりあな
Ava?
たエンジ
Oh.
エンジェベアトリーチェ。
What?
12年前の魔女が私の家族を奪ったの。
そう、あなたの仇に当たる。あなたに常に孤独な未来を強いる元凶よ。
私の家族の仇。
見返りにあなたの望む最も理想的な世界、家族の帰ってくる世界のかけらを探してあげるわ。でも必ず希望が叶うと約束はできない。1986年のベアトリーチェのゲーム版はあまりに完璧。今日の手土産にその理想のかけらを持参しようとしたんだけれど、未だに見つけられないの。かなりの強固な運命よ。ラムダデルタと戦った時以来の。
何を言ってるのかわからない。
あなたに復讐のチャンス。見返りにあなたが享受できる可能性の中で最も幸せな結末を探して持ってくることを約束するわ。復讐徒労になるかもしれない。仮に復讐を成し遂げられたとしても家族が帰ってくる絶対の保証はない。奇跡的確率でせいぜい一人を連れ戻せるかどうかよ。
Anji now understood the meaning of that dream. That dream where it seemed that, with just a little bit more, her hand might at least be able to reach Battler Nissan.
奇跡的な確率でもそれはゼロよりは高いのよね。 1% くらい。
あらゆる可能性の数値はだからその数字を。でも私が何もしないよりは絶対にわずかの可能性がある。ええ、あなたが希望を捨てない限り、ただし覚悟して、それは限りなくゼロに近い。いいわ、乗るわ、その話。いいのね。多分もう二度とここへは帰ってこれないわよ。ここは私のいるべき世界じゃないわ。そして私のいるべき世界は、あなたの名前を聞かせて。奇跡の魔女ベルンカステル。そして我が名においてあなた黄金の魔女エンジェ・ベアトリーチェだと認める。
So,
Anji Beatrice, the final witch born in 1998, named by Eva as her successor and accepted with Bernkastel as her guardian. She is starting from zero as a witch, but her body is located 12 years in the future. She possesses ultimate magic resistance that prevents her from being targeted by any of Beatrice's magic.
additionally, completely converse to her older brother's magic resistance, she has a natural talent for attacks against magic types. Her potential in both attack and defense is of the highest level, but the distance is great. 12 years really is.
What were you about to say?
So that explains what we've seen. Her, you know, breaking through the window
Yes.
to grab Battler and getting attacked by Beatrice and nothing even happens to her.
Yep, it does.
Interesting.
That makes a lot of sense. I didn't even think of that.
今こそあなたは本当の魔女よ。
The instant she proclaimed that I was a witch, I felt dizzy as though something inside me had changed drastically. Just then I heard a slam. It was the sound of the door connecting the staircase to the roof being opened. Whoa.
Okay.
Guards only in a name. Aren't the what? I'm not advancing text. It's advancing by itself.
エンジェさん、探しましたよ。そこは危ないですから早くこちらへ。
何あれファンクラブよ。私結構モテるの。捕まる必要はないわね。行きましょう。
Oh, I guess that's why it was advancing by itself.
Wow. Okay, so that's how she ended up where she was at the end of episode 3.
Time traveling.
How... So, also when you went into that character screen, it had the progression of witches.
Oh, is
So
that
it went
so?
from predecessor to Beatrice to Ava Beatrice, and now Anji Beatrice.
Interesting. My predecessor, that was Virgilia, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot her name for a second. Interesting.
Well, that was chapter 3. And that was certainly something.
Yeah, that's my favorite so far. No question. And from what I hear, it only gets better.
Yep.
So...
I don't, again, a lot of this I'm actually not remembering, which is good. It's like experiencing it for the first time because it's been so long since I actually read it. And when I did read it, I like sped through it, so I really didn't pay much attention to a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I got up to like the end of chapter 6, so I, again, don't remember much. Anything past that, I don't know anything about, so.
Anything past...
Oh! A gunshot! And thunder!
Whoa.
And glass break! Oh no!
You know. Oh my.
Oh, there's more. Looking annoyed, Bernkastel turned on her heels. In the jet black sky, watching that perfect, casual gesture, I followed her as though it was completely normal.
エンジェさん、待ちなさい。早まるな、危ない。
ああ、ダメね。
Oh,
全然ダメ。
Yes.
じゃあまたね。
Yes.
See you again.
Have a nice
迎え
day.
にはリムジンをよこしてちょうだい。みんなも一緒だから。じゃあね。
エンジェさん
Whoa.
Ninja, secret ninja Anji.
Wow.
Moshiroi.
Incredible.
Oh, apparently we got another ending sequence.
I think this is just for the
The translators.
yeah.
I believe
mod.
so, yeah.
So wait, so did she have to? Did she kill herself throwing her off the building?
No, I think she
So that
just
she could.
I think she just somehow
Used
ninjaed her way off with her
witch
witch
magic.
powers, yeah.
Okay.
At least that's what I think.
This is really ramping up.
Mm-hmm.
Is So what episode do the answer arcs start? Is it
5.
6? 5. So 4 is the final.
Question arc.
Okay.
Yes.
They're really setting it up well. Like this is.
There is a lot of setup, you're right.
You can see the rising action. Everything's gonna come to a head. Good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Personally, I'm excited to see where it goes from here, because again, I don't remember much. So, what a good. What was your favorite part about chapter 3?
I would have to say the way that they did Tsundere Beatrice.
Mhm.
That whole
The
that
long
whole
con?
thing. Yeah, the long con is super convincing.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part anyway. But I think what's interesting to me is that the order in which they do things in this is so. I know it's separated into games, but like showing the end of the episode and having Anji appear and then waiting until the question marks scene to actually set that up is an interesting way to order things. You know.
Yeah.
I guess they did that to make it more surprising, but like I don't know. It's a good way to both kind of keep us surprised and then lead into episode 4.
Yeah. I know what
So-
you mean.
I think that was really well done.
Question is, are we gonna see Angie in episode 4?
Oh, we have to, right?
I mean, I would think so. I certainly hope so. I think we might have missed a tip. Oh, this just shows up. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
We read all of this.
Yeah.
Oh, custom dictates that witches from another sect must make a recommendation for the succession. Ava's reference was Lambda Delta. Anji's reference was Burn Castell. It is unknown who recommended Beato. Interesting.
Interesting.
But yeah, so that concludes episode 3. I think after episode 4 we might do the a recap video with a bunch of theories. How does that sound?
Yeah, I think that would be good.
And like take a look through some of the biggest, like some scenes. I'm actually like, as over the next couple of weeks or months as we're going through chapter 4, I might take a look at some of the scenes and just mark times in the previous videos for stuff to take a look at and bring up during the theory video. And even like look at, because like right here we have all of the can kill everybody.
Right, yeah.
And we can see how they died and stuff. Anyways. But yeah, we'll do that after episode 4, and we'll see how that goes.
I think I'll also go back and rewatch some of the major parts and kind of maybe take some notes down and see
any of the confusing scenes that don't make much sense, that are filled with symbolism, foreshadowing.
Exactly.
The difficulty of episode 3 was fair for you, fair for the witch. For episode 4, it looks like good morning. I could have never imagined that you would not have surrendered by now at this point. Even I must expect great things from you. The game is played not only on the board. Perhaps this time you should take a small peek beyond the borders. As they say, if you know your enemy, you need not fight 100 battles. The difficulty level depends upon you. Now you have chosen... How you have chosen to battle up until now will influence the difficulty. Interesting. Alright, well, we have that to look forward to.
Yes, sir.
Anyways, thank you for watching. This has been Umineko, Chapter 3.
Oh boy!
Nanjo is the killer! Goodbye!
He always was!
Goodbye, everybody.
Take care.